Speaker of the House, Kevin McCarthy, is going to join us next. It's great to have you, sir. I guess one of the things is that American taxpayers might ask today, like, how did this happen in the first place?
Exactly the question. You've watched, why are we giving incentives for illegal behavior? The other thing you have to look at when you get these liberal governors like Gavin Newsom, when he does this in California, it still costs the federal taxpayer and not just the California taxpayer. So this is just another promise being kept by President Trump that he said he would crack down on this. And it's also a way that we could save and look at America first, make the investment in America with Americans.
Christine Ohm, DHS, last night with Sean, said this about the illegals.
The people could see because it was changing in their communities right around them. And we watched families lose their children. They saw children that were trafficked, drugs that were killing our generation of kids. And it was all happening because of that open border. Now we have a president that puts America first and that has closed the border, has secured it, and is allowing us to deport people in record numbers. And we are deporting dangerous criminals. We're getting them out of the country. Every day we're saving lives because of the work that we're doing.
Sir, I don't know if you can see the graphic, but for our viewers at home, you just see where it spiked for the 3.5 years, I guess we could argue. And then at the beginning of the summer, things went lower because the Biden administration started to crack down. And now you see on that graph, the lowest bar is far right of your screen. There is talk now of Mexican cooperation at a level that we haven't seen in years. And this is a far-left president in Mexico. She's suggesting that some of it's not true, but apparently some of it is about the U.S. military helping Mexican authorities, drone flights, trying to search for these fentanyl labs on behalf of the cartels. How much of a difference could that make if that relationship is fortified?
Oh, it'll stop it all. And I will tell you, you've got to think about this. Remember what President Biden said? He said he needed legislation. There was no legislation that passed that destroyed our border. It was just a president. And the new president, President Trump, is stopping it. But he's also building the relationships with Mexico that should have been done from the last administration, from the last vice president. And remember this, fentanyl is the #1 killer of Americans between the ages of 18 and 45. Those are the years that you reproduce. Those are the years that are most productive. Those are the years in the age group that sign up to serve in our military. It fundamentally destroys the fiber of America if that's allowed to go on. And that starts in China and comes through Mexico from our border into America. And that's why you watch President Trump go after China, Canada, and Mexico at the very beginning. And as you're seeing the ramifications of that, dropping more than 95% of the illegal crossings. And he's not done yet, but he's also building respect from the other leaders, and they're cracking down, doing the job they should have done years ago.
Kevin, J.D. Vance, the vice president, is going to give remarks at CPAC, and he's going to talk about just this whirlwind of the last 4 weeks that has been the Trump administration. And yesterday, a Gallup poll came out showing that a total of 53% of Republicans say they approved of Congress. That's higher than at any time since August of 2005, and that was a heck of a month, as I recall. What can you do with an approval rating like that to try to push forward the agenda?
Well, you could actually move your agenda. I mean, Congress was surfing off the tailwinds of President Trump. There was another poll out, too, that now Republicans outnumber Democrats. We have moved up those who identify. We haven't seen that since back to the 2000s. This is unheard of. This means is they should govern and pass the president's agenda. I think the Senate has done a rock star job. You watch what the leader Thune has done from all these confirmations. This is faster than any given time. That's because President Trump was prepared. But they're also doing the budget reconciliation. They also have a March 14th deadline coming up for government funding that they left from last cycle. They also have to do the debt ceiling. Getting that done will help you get the rest of the agenda through when you do for energy policy, follow up on making it in law for the border policy, and really getting the economics of America stronger and our military.
Kevin, thanks for coming on.
Great to see you.
Time to watch it. We shall. Thank you, Kevin McCarthy.